Welcome to the Hideout, and today we're going to talk about a Cyelee Red Dot. Okay, before we get started, I want to ask everybody, please click subscribe. I really appreciate it when you do, each and every one of you. I try to get every comment answered, responded to in some way. Sometimes I'm a little slow. Click the little ringy dingy so you get a notification when we send another video up. And check us out at sgt1911.com. Okay, we're going to look at a Cyelee Red Dot today. Now I'm going to shoot you straight. These guys sent me this and said, will you review it? Yeah, I'll review it. Most of you guys know, if you've been a subscriber very long, know I don't shoot red dots. I don't rely on them. I don't depend on them. Everything is just kind of what I do. I'm an iron sight guy, old school. But a lot of people are really into these things and they're growing more and more popular. So I thought, you know what? Let's look at them. At one time, I did have one on a Springfield Hellcat. I didn't care for it. I do have one on a SIG P320, I think. It's okay, but I got to remember what that thing's for, and it's just out of my normal comfort zone. But anyway, this Cyelee, they got some lights. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you about Cyelee lights before we even talk about the light. I will encourage you guys, in particular, you single guys, to go check out their website. Sarge 1911 told you to. Anyway, let's go past that. This is the little light. This goes on the micros. This in particular model here is called the Cat. Now, this is going to be a little difficult, so bear with us as we try to focus and carry on and stuff, but I'm going to try to do a good job. This is it. It does have a little bit bigger window than a hollow sun does, so I kind of like this, but this is for the micros. And I think that's interesting. Now, there's two more things on here that I really think is interesting. And I'm going to show you right here on the back, it has a set of sights. You can see them right there. So this right here, if you've got a handgun that just would replace the rear sight, we're going to still have these that we can use as a rear sight. So if you lose your iron sights on your mount on your handgun, this will replace them, so you'll be able to use a co-witness with your front sight. It's on there. I like that. I think that's a good thing. It mounts, according to this little piece of paper, to just about damn near anything. But now, you know, take that with a grain of salt. They got a list here of, you know, all kinds of shit. The 365s, the Ruger Max, the Glock 43, the Glock 48, the Smith & Wesson Shield, and it just goes on and on and on. This thing mounts to a lot of people. You know, a lot of handguns. Got a little cleaning cloth. Bag of screws to mount it. A couple different screws, which tells me that will mount to several. Two different Allen wrenches, because we got two different sets of screws. And it does come with a battery. Now, the other thing I find particularly interesting about this thing, and you know, there's probably others out there, but you guys, you know, I don't use them, so I can't tell you with a really solid opinion. This thing has what's called shake awake. So if this thing's on and you carrying it in your holster, and that's a good question. If it's on and you carry it in your holster, when you pick it up and move it, it comes on. So if I move the gun very much with it mounted, it automatically comes on, shakes awake. But I'm going to ask the question here when I do that. If I've got it in my holster and I'm walking, is it coming on? I don't know. You know, I'm going to assume it would, because it's not going to know the difference between it being in a holster or outside a holster. But if you shake it, it comes on. Now, like most of them, it's got the little red dot. I don't know that you can see the red dot in here. I'm going to try to get it up there and see if you can. Let me move it around a little bit and see. You see the red dot in there at all? Okay, anyway, we got a red dot. You guys are familiar with them. This side, your right side, my left side, brightens it. This side, my right side, your left side, dims it. If you hold this damn thing down for 3 seconds, it shuts it off. That's good and dandy, but when it comes back on, if it comes back on at the shake awake, it's going to come on at the brightness you left it at. So if it's very dim, it'll come on dim. If it's very bright, it'll come on bright. That's kind of cool. I like that. It does just for windage and elevation up here on the top, right up here, and right here on the side. Now, the one good thing I can tell you about this that I know right now, it is metal. It's an aluminum piece of equipment, and it's not priced extremely high. I think by looking at the website, this one being the Cat, there's several models, they're making them out there. This one's probably around 120 bucks, less shipping, taxes, whatever else crap they're gonna get you in. But you know, that's half the price of some of the other name brands out there, and it's got a bigger window. If you're looking to carry something on a Micro 9 or something, you know, I'm not suggesting you get one of these. I'm just not suggesting you don't get one of these. It's hard for me to give it a really fair review without getting it and shooting it, but I will say this. I've read some other reviews, and one of the guys had some problems with it holding zero. I don't think it's going to be uncommon for most of these red dots or mini red dots. You know, one guy has it, he said after 100 rounds he has to re-zero it. Is that common? If so, I want to go back to my iron sights. But anyway, I thought I would give it, you know, the guy sent it to me, so I'm not going to blow him off. I'm going to tell you, for 120 bucks, if you're into red dots, if that's your deal, then I would suggest you buy something else. Go spend your money. It's like everything else, you get what you pay for. If you're not into red dots, somebody like me, this is what I'm going to call a value one, only because of the price. Admittedly, I've not fired it. It could be hold zero for 1,000 rounds. I might hold it for 2. But I'm starting down here at about $115, $120, and what am I getting? I'm getting a red dot that I can learn, I can train with, I can learn, do I need to go invest in something more expensive? And of course, there's some that's way more expensive. So for the value, I'm gonna say, yeah, you might wanna pick one up if you're not into red dot sights like me, and you're just starting to learn about them. If this is something you've been doing for many, many years and you carry with a red dot, you're very comfortable with a red dot, you probably want to pass and just go ahead and spend your money on top of the line stuff, or at least a lot better. I'm not saying this is bad, don't get me misunderstanding. I can't tell you whether it's good or bad. What I can tell you is I like the shake awake. I really think that's cool. I like that it fits a lot of different platforms. I think that's great, and I like the price. Other than that, you know, until we get to shoot again, shoot safe and shoot straight.